So for this video, I'm going to be taking on the Fortress Personal Chambers on Master Difficulty from the Isle of Madness storyline. And in this encounter, we're going to be using the ghosts that we captured in a previous encounter to scare away the enemies. And what that means is it's going to banish all creatures in a lane and then give you a ghost. And the banish is important because this particular opponent uses lots of creatures with last gasp. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I actually, when I beat this, just used my Fun Police deck list that I'll sometimes play on the ladder when I'm feeling rather malicious. This is basically just Tribunal Control with a lot of banish effects and hard removal. And it works out really well here because you're just trying to survive this like wave of creatures that your opponent plays. And I will put a deck code in the description like I always do. And you can use this if you want, but you can use other lists as well. I think on normal I used Doomcrag Warrior. That worked out just fine because really you're just trying to survive and utilize the support for creating the ghosts to the best of your ability. And then you'll eventually hit a turning point where they just run out of resources. Or I think when I was playing it on normal, I'm pretty sure my opponent actually decked themselves because they keep playing these elusive schemers, and as long as you keep letting them, they'll just draw out their decks. So this is a pretty standard start here for the enemy. They always begin with the elusive schemers.
The Oriole do not waste time chatting with
Mostly playing this because I want to run this into it and remove this. We're gonna take some damage. That's fine.
Gotcha.
Under moon and star, what do you want?
That's fine. Now, a couple of different ways that we could handle this. I could Wardcrafter here and keep this alive, but we don't want this to survive, I don't think, and take this out. So we're gonna trade here. And I will also admit, I use these fairly conservatively. Even though you get 5 uses, I don't think I've ever used all 5 uses, so
watch yourself now.
You know, that might seem a little bit weird, but it is what it is. I'll use this when we start to panic a bit.
It's nothing personal.
All right, Edict is a great pickup.
Perhaps we can help one another.
All right, so this will be a clear use, because now we can also just Edict over here. So, again, it banishes everything and summons a ghost.
Here, you cowards. That is not a real ghost.
Then we're going to go ahead and use Edict. Everything will resolve once Zhanar stops talking.
We'll stand together. You'll not be rid of me that easily.
And we've got a couple of different things that we could actually do this turn. Though Cast into Time is really cheeky because it would also get rid of all these schemers. But yeah, actually I think we're going to take the Cast into Time. The other option is we could run this into here and then Grizzly Gourmet the follow-up, but then we don't have a lot of good plays after that. The other option would be Hallowed Death Priest because they're approaching Eclipse Baroness range. Actually, I think we're going to take the Death Priest here. Oh, get an Atromancer instead. I believe this deck that the enemy is running has 2 Atromancers. I know for sure it has more than one. So,
gotcha.
All right, we're going to get a little bit low here, a little bit dangerous, but again, I use my health as a resource and I'm pretty stingy here.
You'll not be rid of me that easily.
All right, this is the green split card for the record. And what we're going to do now is simply Grizzly Gourmet this. And we're going to get rid of this. There's the Baroness we were hoping to eat. And then we're going to banish this out.
Cravens, all of you. Zhanar fears no mindless spirits.
And here soon we're probably going to have to start creating some guards. And again, that's fine. The opponent's already down to only 16 cards in the deck. As I said before, it's a It's something that happens. Yeah, the guards are still, I think, going to end up being our best option. I don't want to use one of these charges to get rid of this Shadow Lane creature. We could gourmet this as well, but then I don't have a good follow-up for that. Well, I guess we could just shamble it. That'll shackle it. We could do that. Let's do that.
You're so sweet.
Let's just go ahead and eat this. Go with a little shackle here. Get rid of that. I changed my mind. Going with this also could work, but if they have any sort of removal, then you're stuck dealing with it. Uh-oh. This is a poisonous treat now, gang. Alright. Cliff Racer Onslaught. I mean, sure. Why not, right? We're just gonna take the trade.
Scrumptious.
We're gonna take a trade over here as well, and then I have to decide what I want to do as far as removing or stopping the other option. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this trade. We're gonna just buy myself some more time. I'm okay with just shackling this, if I'm being entirely honest, because I do want to develop this to get ward on my face. And we'll develop this to potentially trade here. And we'll call it good. We don't need to use this quite yet. Saving this to remove cover over here can be very important.
To me.
And at this point, my opponent has now basically ran themselves out of cards, and that's alright. This is great. This is what we were basically looking for in terms of we wanted to gain some health. This could have also found Arch Cannon for us.
You've messed with the wrong man.
Come and have a taste, fetcher.
But we'll get rid of this. I guess we'll just use cast into time because we do want to get rid of that.
I smell the stench of the living.
And again, we're going to save this because if they play something over here, give it cover.
Nice
Spirit
try.
Knife,
Care to
annoying,
go
but...
again?
Alright, we're going to start running into schemers here, I think, soon. But we're rewarded for our patience in terms of waiting on the cover.
The Oriole do not waste time chatting with
So we can go ahead and do this.
Messed with the wrong man.
And we're going to go with Tullius just so we have a guard in both lanes.
Awaiting your command. I live to serve.
And then pass. Oh. At least Tullius is growing. Again, our opponent getting very low.
This one will be taking that.
That's not good. There's not a single thing in our hand we want our opponent to snag.
We fight for
Let's go ahead and see what Hiron gets us before we
Mary.
decide what we want to do.
Are you listening to me? You better be.
Alright.
I won't fail.
Let's get him
in my
down to
duty.
26. We do have the ward on the face, so I'm fine with just letting this survive.
Out
and
of my way.
trying to get a
world.
value trade. Alright, so we can only target Tabav with actions. Alright, so it's no longer going to be a value trade, but...
No getting this one.
For the Emperor.
So let's go ahead and do this. Let's give ourselves some free edicts in the deck. And bit of an issue here. We want to gain health, so I feel like getting Laneth up is
I sense great power.
better than the Piercing Twilight, unlike Elusive Schemer. So let's go ahead and find our Arch Cannon. That is our best option. And then we're just going to go ahead and pass. Because the other thing is, our opponent's now down to 8 cards, now going to be 7 cards in the deck. And once we crack these runes, even if they don't die from the damage, they will, in all likelihood, die from other effects. So we're going to go ahead and shackle this. Again, just keeping ourselves a bit alive. We're going to go ahead and... we'll save the Reverberating Strike, because if they hit another one off of Prophecy...
The Tribunal will always
we'll take out most of them that way. But we do want to exalt.
The Tribunal's power.
And then we're going to go ahead and put this here, because life gain is good.
Destruction.
And then, as I said,
I won't fail in my duty.
we'll just go ahead and go for lethal. Alright, so we're not going to win by overdraw, but as you can see, this is pretty straightforward. You just play control. I never end up using all of these, again, because I'm just ultra conservative. You can be a little bit more aggressive with your Haunted Amulets if you want. Any control deck will work. Like I said, I've done this with Doomcrag. I've done this with this Tribunal control. They draw a lot of cards, but it's easy to run them out of resources, so just don't die, and you'll beat this encounter. So if you've been struggling, hopefully this helped.
After all these years, they have come for
Play
Zhanar.
conservative,
They wish to torment
not so
this one
conservative
for
that you
all
finish with 3
eternity.
Haunted
I
Amulet
must
charges.
flee.
This feels like a mistake. But anyway, that's it. That's the encounter. So thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.